you go. No, we're not going to keep doing that. Right.
Now we do make the stage a little higher so that when we do splash, that everybody gets it.
Oh yeah.
So we use the headphones not only for us, but can everybody hear me okay? Yep. All right, very good. Okay. So, my name's Bill Knight. I'm a master sand sculptor. I'm the part owner, or I have a partner named Brian Wigglesworth, who is also here. We're the founders of this event, along with Big C Events and the Holiday Inn here and Pinter's Crab Shacks. This is Andy Hancock, master sculptor. He is from so many places, I'm just not even sure. And I have to continually translate for him, so if anybody has a problem, because he has a Texan, holds the sand together.
Water.
Just sand and water, folks. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, it's just sand and water, see? No, really, it's just sand and water. We kind of joke about the glue, and I'll explain why we use glue just a little bit. But so you see here, I've got a handful of sand and water, and I'm putting some dry stuff on it just to kind of accelerate it, the drying process, if you will.
No, put those down. Just stand up.
Oh, can you catch?
Can you catch?
So you see real quick, I made a sand ball, if you will. And I'm going to throw it to this young lady. You sure you can catch? Because if it breaks, everybody's going to go, oh. Ready? You guys ready on the awes?
Yeah.
Okay, now I want you to throw it back to me kind of high so everybody can see.
Yay!
There you go. See? Very quickly, I can take sand and water, put it together in a ball, and then I can carve this and get very good vertical cuts on it immediately. See? So how does that work? This sand, Fort Myers Beach, we're very fortunate in the pretty much the Gulf Coast of Florida. The sand is good for sand sculpting, some better than others. Fort Myers Beach is very good, probably one of the top 5 beaches in the entire world for actually being able to sculpt the natural beach sand. Siesta Key, if any of you are familiar with that, it's about an hour and a half north of here. That beach has scientifically proven the world's whitest, finest sand, 99% crystal, and that sand is probably the best in the state of Florida, if not in the world, actually. So, how do we pack the sand up to get to these sculpture levels? And if you just turn around quick, kind of look, you see the boxes that we're using. We call those forms. And yesterday, the sculptors started on what we call the pound up, where they take all the sand and pound it mix it with sand and water in the forms, and they actually we hit it with big tampers to compress it. We kind of call it beating the sand into submission, if you will. How many of you have ever moved 20 tons of sand by hand? So for these guys to start, they move 25 tons of sand from a pile into each one of those wooden boxes. So I think this year I'm probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 tons of moving sand by hand, by shovel. We don't use any machinery whatsoever. Some of the guys' teams spent till 8, 9 o'clock last night. So probably 8 hours pounding up these parts. So how do you do that? So we're going to show you some basic techniques of sand sculpting that we hope that you can take from here and go down on the beach and do. Now what we have is just an ordinary bucket that we've cut the bottom of it off, and we use this, we call this a bucket form. Duh. You can use any size. Here's a smaller size, like a gallon, and just cut the bottom of it off, and it makes a good form because the way that it's shaped, it holds the sand in, and then when you're all done, you can pull it off. So what you do is you start on the beach, and in this case, we're just using these. These are actually plastic forms. We call them round forms that we use in competitions. We're using them for pedestals. So you're going to put about 4 inches or a shovel full of sand, and then you're going to put some water in it, and you're going to mix it up almost to the level of, I'll say, pancake batter. And then you're going to add a couple more shovelfuls to it.
Yay, hello.
Oh, look at this. There's that wireless headset getting in the way again.
There you go. Yep. Hello. Up.
So what we're doing is we're doing it in layers. Andy's getting it real good and saturated. You know, we're fortunate to have a hose, which is really nice. Otherwise, we'd be carrying buckets to do it.
Yep.
So we're mixing the sand. As he's doing it, he's pushing it down, and he's kind of compressing that sand. One more shovel coming up.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, Bill, come on. Oh, come on.
Hey.
There we go. It's funny if you see these guys packing up, or you're John Gowdy and Matt back here are probably 12, 14 feet in the air, and you're throwing shovels of sand up to get it in that top box, and it kind of becomes a little bit of an art form.
It does.
Well, it saves a lot of time if you get everyone right?
Yeah. Timing is everything.
But that's it. So that's how you pound it up. And there's other methods called hand packing, but we're going to demonstrate those. But that's how you do what we call a hard pack. Now, once you do this, you have to wait 5 minutes or so, let the water run through it, and then it kind of, we'll say, solidifies. And through the magic of TV, of it, and then you grab it down on the bottom rim of the bucket, and just kind of use your fingers and pry up on it, and voila, you get, that's your form. Now you can see with this, you can see the different layers as we pounded it up. This is ready to carve right now. I can go in on this. There's about a 2-inch vertical cut without it falling. So, that up there, he's actually shaping it into an arch before we get Kate to help us. You can make bricks this way. You can really shape the sand long before you ever start sculpting it. Hey, let's go a little tall right now, okay? For opening day, we're gonna see if we can make one a little taller. So you see I hold it here, and what happens is the water runs through the lower level, and as it runs through the lower level, it kind of bonds together. Front a little bit, right there. And put your hand, hold it right there. Now I'm gonna pile sand over there, okay? You're gonna help me make an arch, okay? Now remember, if this doesn't work, her name's Kate.
Whatever happens, Kate, don't move.
Don't move. That's right. Thank you, Andy. I almost forgot. You don't move. Okay? You can't move.
You sure? You got that, Kate? So like I said, whatever moves, whatever happens,
don't move. Don't move your hand.
yeah, whatever happens, don't worry, we've got a hose, Kate. It's fine. That's fine. It's really good for your skin. The girls have told me. It's really good.
So I'm using her hand just to hold up that top of that arch, and just to show you. How long did I say once you pack up a bucket you have to wait?
An hour.
All right, 5 minutes. Let's go. Wait, Kate, I got a solution.
Yeah, should we just take it off?
Take it off?
Leave it there.
Right below the
Okay.
neck.
Yeah, bit of colour.
Can you move your hand? Go like this with your
She's
fingers.
going, what?
Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to pull your hand slowly out, okay? Real slow. Remember, if it falls, it's your fault. Real slow. Real slow. Okay. There you go. Ta-da! Good job, Kate. Thank you. Come over here. He's got a hose for you. I keep telling him, create an arch.
You're getting pretty good.
I don't have to do the, I don't have to do the back. Nobody can see it, but I will.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I'll tell you what, there are more critics on beaches than you've ever seen in your life.
Right.
You don't do the back of something, they go, where's the stairs going? Why is there no door at the back? It's amazing, I tell you. Everyone's a critic on the beach. But that's why we're here. We're here to teach you how to do this better.
Now look, this isn't, when we do the demonstrations like this, and during the weekend we're going to have lessons and stuff back. Glue is heavier than water. If I sprayed too much glue up here, it would literally make it fall. It just locks the moisture in, because what holds it together? Water, right. So the glue gives us really is for you to make these sculptures last from today until Sunday when the event is judged. Why do we use Elmer's glue? Anybody want to take a guess? Biodegradable. It won't harm the environment. I like what the one lady said. They were our sponsor, but we haven't got them to sign up yet. So anybody knows anybody at Elmer's, we're open to negotiations.
No competition,
You should.
including the World Championships, can get sponsorship of Elmer's, even though we do shamelessly promote their product all the time. It's amazing.
This is actually, make sure my wife's not looking, a cake knife out of my wife's kitchen. This is a clay tool. Any of you that do clay work, this is called a loop tool. Just a variety of tools, and I encourage you to walk around and look at, and it's not because I have a drinking problem, but if I have a lot of built up sand in any one area, I can use my straw to blow away the sand. So most of the sculptors are wearing straws, and it's specifically for that reason, to blow away the loose sand. You know, you can get makeup brushes, get a little more detail, just different things. A couple really cool things that have come out in the last few about a year or so. Anybody know what this thing is? Furniture slider. And they come in different sizes. You can buy a pack of them at Walmart for I think $10. That's right. I got mine. I've got four different sizes. And you can push and rub. So you saw the logo of sculpting lends towards more technical things, like, oh, it works great in snow, and then just start moving it around. And it does the work. You really don't have to do anything. Makes a perfect sphere. Ball.
I know that guy.
Basically, folks, this thing took us from the Wright brothers to the space shuttle in one go. It's one of those inventions that came out in the world that's brilliantly simple, works perfectly, and why didn't we have it before?
Was it invented for sand, or is that from something else?
No, it was invented for both sand and snow, because the guy who invented does sand, snow, ice. He's a painter, he's an engineer, he does all sorts of things. So it was a combination of things. Basically, you know how he designed it? He cut the top off every bottle he could find in the world to test it.
To find the right side, right thing.
The right spear deal, and then he had it machined. It was very clever.
I have a whole bag full of tools, and I might only use 10 of those tools, but the next job, I might use 5 different tools. So having the right tools to do letters